This series is a career professional development series, and today we are doing session 2, which is on an imposter syndrome. So, first, we'll focus on what is imposter syndrome and recognizing it, and then we'll move on to facts and overcome. So, if you have come up looking for this session, that means you are aware of something about imposter syndrome. But let's look at the technical definition. Imposter syndrome is the phenomena of doubting your own hard won success and feelings like a fraud in certain spaces. So, it's a self destructive framework. You might feel that you don't belong here, you are like a fraud. Somebody will come and unmask you, and you don't it's in general, it comes from somewhere deep within. We think we are not deserving for that particular role or position that we have. It's very common. It's more common as we don't know how common it is, and I will also be sharing some statistics later on. But let's move on how to recognize, are you suffering from it or not? So imposter syndrome has this particular cycle, like when a new project or task is assigned, there is anxiety, procrastination, and over preparation. Then the project completes, a brief sense of relief and accomplishment is done, and then starts to rationalize, I was being lucky, somebody else would have done it a better job, and so on. And then again, increase in self anxiety, doubt, and things like that. Now, this may happen even if you are not experiencing an imposter syndrome. But like I said, when it gets extreme and you really feel that somebody will unmask you or you are in constant stress because of that, then is when the things are out of hands. Some other examples when you might have, if you want to relate, if you feel, if you're going in the same boat, is afraid of being outed as a fraud, feeling unworthy of success, over preparing, blaming or putting your accomplishment on luck, um, berating your own performance, having self doubts constantly, and inability to realistically assess your skills and where you stand. Again, this is one of the mind frame that you might be going through, that these are the people who are qualified for a job and this is where I sit. So, definitely not, I don't belong here. I don't know why they hired me. If when you get accomplished, when you get praised for something, somebody says you've done good at your job, you might say, what? Why have you met me? Maybe they're just trying to be nice. So, instead of taking up your role, you're accepting your praise and in understanding that you're a good fit, you're trying to put it on others and then, constantly self doubting. So, it's a self destructive mindset that we talk about. Let's look at the different types of imposter syndrome. I wasn't sure that there are different types before I prepared for this meeting. So you might be a perfectionist and trying to make things perfectly. When they don't go as you thought, you think that you're an imposter, you're not fit for the job. You might be an expert mindset, thinking that you are supposed to know everything, and because no one knows everything, you might be suffering like, maybe I'm a fraud here, I don't belong. Might be a soloist, like a person who thinks that they should be doing everything alone and not taking contribution of others. And if you're not able to do it alone, or if like somehow are delayed in the timelines, or even if you're successful, you're just putting it on luck, but you have that mindset that you should be doing it all alone, or the superwoman and the great mind. So they're all different type of imposter syndromes. Just find out what you are relating to. It's very important to recognize that you're going through one, because that's one step ahead in trying to fight it as well. Now, what's reality? So this is again another second step to get ahead in and overcome our imposter syndrome, is to match it with the reality. So people who are suffering from imposter syndrome feel that this is what everyone else knows and this is what they know. But in fact, the reality is that everyone has their own similar sized knowledge bubbles, and this is where you sit. So it's almost same as others, because you need to check your strengths in other areas as well, and not just for that particular current role and feel bad about it. And this is again what you think you are, an awkward, crazy mess of an individual, but others might think you as a very pretty cool person who has been doing great things. So again, this is a fact versus fiction thing. Now, there are some statistics. So, I took this from this reference link. It is a very detailed study on imposter syndrome research done on university students. So, one great thing that I got to know about this is that men and women both almost same ratio of men and women suffer from imposter syndrome. It's like 49% men and 52% women. But while men try to overcome in a different way, like by still applying for the next opportunity or role and then overcoming it by relating it to their achievements, women try to procrastinate and delay and they don't want to apply for the next role until they tick all the boxes. So again, another very important step to know this fact. Are you also doing that? Are you trying to tick all the boxes, or you are thinking that you are not ready or you won't be able to do or not? What else we can do to overcome uh, imposter syndrome? So like I said, first is recognize it. What are your triggers? Know that you are not alone. So these are that's why I shared the facts. Identify your triggers. Like, is it coming from, you have an expert mentality, and if somebody asks you a question and you don't know, you feel that you're an imposter, or if you have a soloist that you want to do it everything alone. So identify that and build your confidence. Learn about your role and tech. Celebrate your achievements. Own them instead of shoving it off to other people. Be prepared for meetings because you need to emanate more confidence to overcome this mindset. Focus on work instead of your perception of what others think about you. So this is a very basic shift in mindset that will help you most because the focus today when people suffer from this, especially when you're new into the leadership role or you got a new job, is that, oh my God, what will everyone think about me? So instead of thinking that, just focus on your work. And when you're going in meetings, even if you're scared, appear confident. Talk, interact with others, know the questions and answers. If you don't want to be asking too many questions, then try to have them open ended so that the other person, instead of just saying yes no, uh, gives you a detailed explanation, so three or four questions are actually answered while that person is talking. um, and then be more than your work. Have a social circle, go out in community, go and meet people, build that circle, so that because the confidence comes from there also, when we know that others look upon us for other things as well. So this was a very quick intro about what is imposter syndrome. If you have any questions or remarks, or if you think you're suffering from this and want any help, please reach out to the mental health uh, websites and organizations in your area. And if you think that it's just a small guidance you are needing, just feel free to put it in the comments below. Thank you, and let's see you on the next career development series. Bye bye.